Hey guys, welcome back to another build episode on the patrol. This week we've got some new suspension to put in. It's probably not the one that's going to end up being in, but we've just got some fulcrum shocks and some king springs. So that'll be a 2-inch lift all the way around. I'm not too sure what's actually in the car right now, so it'll be interesting to see if the car is higher or lower at the end of this. So we'll get started. First of all, take the sway bar out and get the front coils out, then swap over the shocks, and then we'll move on to the back. So we've got the car jacked up now. With the hoist, there's actually a separate jack in here, which means you can lift up this bit, but these wheels stay on the main hoist. So now these coils are all loose. We'll be able to pull them out and then put the new ones in, and then lower it down, put the shocks in, and then yeah, see how it sits. So I've just been under here, had to take out the sway bar, just so I had the clearance to get the shocks in. So hopefully get them in now, put the car up a bit more, and we'll get the shock in. So we've got the two new springs in now, up here and here. Just going to get Tully to put the hoist down, and I'll just make sure they go in the right spot. So yeah. Hang on. Yep, go. Got the first shock out, come from up there. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. All the threads at the top of it were all jammed up with stuff. So we'll give it all a bit of a clean, and then we'll throw the new one in. So obviously these shocks I got are just off marketplace. So what I've gone and done is gone down to Patroller Part and got some new bushes for them. So we'll whack them on quickly. We've got the top of this shock all tightened up. So we'll tighten up the bottom and move on to the other side. I'm just trying to get this second shock out. Having a bit of trouble because obviously as you try and turn the bolts, the actual shock spins as well. I don't really know the best way to do it, but if I have a look under here, I'll show you what I'm going with. I'm just putting a heap of WD-40 on. I'm using these to try and hold it, and then obviously the spanner to try and open it up. So put a bit more of this on. Hopefully breaks up the seal a bit, find its way in there. And then we'll see how we go. Give it 5 minutes. So finally got the second one out. This was a pain in the ass. Had to grind off the top. I don't know if you can see that, because this bit is spinning independently to the top, so there's nothing for me to hold it with. But now I've got that out, whack the new one in. So we've just got this second shock in. I was videoing it, but my phone ran out of storage, so that's lovely. I just put the sway bar in, and then that'll be the front all done. So I've just got the springs and shocks out of the rear end. So obviously you can see there's nothing up there. These are the old man emu shocks. Obviously been leaking for a number of years to get this built up. Absolutely smashed my finger getting the springs out. These two are bloody killing me. But it's actually a lot easier than the front end, which I thought was going to be a lot harder. So get the new ones in. So I've got all the suspension in the rear end now. I didn't do all of the filming because it's in very tight spots, but I've got the coils up there and the shocks behind it, and then again the coils and the shocks. Got all bolts in the sway bars, except I just need new sway bar connects up here and here. Same at the front, sway bars all back in, all bolted up. New shocks and springs up there, shocks and springs up there. Next job will be this slide bolt, which goes into the caliper up here. It's missing one. Yeah, couldn't really tell you what it does, but I've been told that I'm missing one, so throw one of them in. Other than that, not too sure what else I'm going to get done today. I'm going to see the height the car sits at with the new suspension, which is a 2-inch lift. But I've also got a 2-inch body lift in at the moment, obviously, which needs to come out before roadworthy. But theoretically, it should be sitting at about 4 inches. So see how it goes. So obviously we have done the suspension today. I just thought I'd do a bit of a walkthrough of what actually else needs to be done before we can get it roadworthy. So first of all, we need to take out this body lift. It's got a 2-inch body lift and probably needs new body mounts as well. Obviously the body lift has to come out. Headlights actually work, except high beam on this one doesn't work. So that means either we need to replace that or just upgrade to an LED headlight from Steady, which is the ADR approved ones. So that's what I think I'll do. Need to do something about this pipe that goes from the snorkel. Obviously it is just a PVC pipe and it's not connected that well. So we need to work out something with that. Haven't checked that the wipers work with the spray bit, but the wipers do work, so hopefully once we fill that up it works. We've got our mirrors and stuff like that, and in here I have already fixed the horn. Everything else inside is pretty good, other than this needs to be sewn up before we can get it roadworthy. Obviously at the moment we've got 35s not passing roadworthy, and especially not with how bald they are. So let's look for a cheap set of 31s or 33s or something like that, and we'll probably need to get some mud flaps to go with that as well. Obviously in the future there's a lot I want to do with this car, but they are the main things I need to be able to get it driving and be able to actually use it. So see how long that takes. Hoping sometime next year we'll be driving it. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.